Ethan, a young artist, lived in a quiet town. His days revolved around sketching landscapes and dreaming of the future. But he often found himself procrastinating, putting off his grand ideas for another day. "There's always tomorrow," he told himself. One rainy afternoon, Ethan wandered into a mysterious antique shop. Among the dusty relics, his eyes fell on an intricate clock. Its golden hands moved with a rhythm that seemed alive. An old man, the shopkeeper, emerged from the shadows. "This is no ordinary clock," he said, his voice as ancient as the store itself. "It doesn't just measure time, it reveals its value." Curious, Ethan bought the clock, not knowing it would change his life forever. That night, as Ethan placed the clock on his bedside table, it began to glow faintly. He felt a strange pull, and before he knew it, he was transported to a different realm, a timeless void where everything stood still. Here he met David, a stern yet enigmatic guide. "Welcome to the realm of lost time," David said. Around them were floating orbs, each representing a wasted moment from Ethan's life. Hours scrolling aimlessly on his phone, days spent avoiding his dreams, and years he could never reclaim. David explained, "Time is the currency of life. Every wasted moment collects here. When the balance tips too far, it consumes you entirely." Ethan shuddered at the thought. To his shock, the glowing hands of the clock on his wrist began moving faster. "What's happening?" he asked. "You've been cursed by the Clockmaker," David said grimly. "From now on, every moment you waste will accelerate your time. If you don't change, you'll run out of it much sooner than you think." Back in the real world, Ethan felt the weight of every second. Days that once stretched endlessly now zipped by in a blur. He could no longer ignore his procrastination. Determined to change, Ethan began to prioritize his passions, waking early to draw with a fervor he had never known. He reached out to his estranged family, cherishing each conversation. The once distant dreams of holding an art exhibition became a driving force, and he poured his soul into his work. David occasionally appeared in his dreams, guiding him. "Focus on what truly matters," he reminded him. "The world distracts you with trivialities, but your purpose is your anchor." As Ethan worked tirelessly, he noticed the clock's hands slowing. His actions were reclaiming the moments he had lost, one by one. Months later, Ethan's art exhibition opened to rave reviews. His paintings, inspired by his journey, resonated deeply with everyone who saw them. Each piece carried a profound message: the fleeting nature of time and the importance of living with intention. At the end of the exhibition, he noticed the old shopkeeper in the crowd. The man smiled knowingly and approached him. "You've learned the lesson many ignore until it's too late," he said. With a touch, the clock on Ethan's wrist dissolved into golden dust. "You're free from the curse," the shopkeeper said. "But never forget, time is still ticking. Use it wisely." Years later, Ethan's story became a beacon for others. He continued to create, inspire, and live every day with purpose. The experience in the realm of lost time stayed with him, a constant reminder of how precious each moment is. As he stood before his latest masterpiece, he whispered, "Time is life's greatest gift. Cherish it, for it slips away faster than we realize." And somewhere in the distance, the clockmaker watched, satisfied that another soul had unraveled the truth about time. Closing message. The story reminds us that time waits for no one. Like Ethan, we must learn to prioritize what truly matters, for every moment we waste is a moment we'll never get back. Use your time wisely. It's the most valuable thing you own.